The parents and the members of the community were either thinking, this guy might be crazy. There's no way we're getting all this, or maybe they believe me.
Like where are you going to put it? And who's going to who's going to pay for it? Who's this? Who's that?
And we all kind of looked at each other, and I think I said to Brandon, I said, he's gone over the edge. He's just lost it. But what a vision it was. But there was about 10 of us, and everybody wrote big checks, and everybody pitched in with work and labor. And over the course of about 18 months to 2 years, that thing took place. The players and their families, we did fundraisers, and everybody was very generous, as much with their time as their money. And I think the wonderful feeling that I always get is to know how much sweat, equity went into that. It's kind of like starting a business from scratch, or funding as a venture capitalist, funding a startup. You see the sweat equity that those owners, there's ownership there, and the community owns that team.
As a high school player, it was unbelievable. I mean, especially considering that the year before we had played at Wellfield. So, going from playing at this public Little League field, essentially, where you never knew what type of hop you were going to get in the infield, and it was a small ballpark, and to going to that with the sunken dugouts, the concrete wall, the big scoreboard, being on campus, it was an amazing experience, and it was something that we were very grateful for, and just it brought a lot of excitement within the program and within the players. I mean, we were excited to play there, and we were proud of it.
If it wasn't for Faulkner's vision, and really Coach Sandberg and Parrott pushing it along, and then once it started, it was Mr. Huey that got it done, because we had to do a lot of things that weren't associated with the baseball team to get the field going.
I wanted to have an inning by inning scoreboard. Back then, no one had that. We were the first school to have that. Of course, the school wasn't going to buy that, so the Booster Club did. I wanted to have a baseball field on campus, and that's a pretty neat story of how that all came about. I wanted to have not only a baseball field, but I wanted to have sunken dugouts. I wanted to have a cage that we could hit in that was covered. No one had covered cages back then when I first started. I wanted to have a block wall, for our outfield wall that's sitting here behind us. This is like a 12-inch block, and it's about 8 or 9 foot tall. But that was unheard of. That was going to be so expensive. It wasn't just going to be a chain link fence that the school wanted to give us. I wanted to not even go there at all. I wanted to have a block wall because I wanted the stadium effect. The people in Venice rallied around it. I mean, we put together fundraisers, and we went to the foundation, which is awesome, and they donated money for lights. The Booster Club raised, I would bet we raised $300,000 or $400,000 that year, just for people giving, people saying, look, I'll step up. I wanted to build something special here at Venice High School, and I'm pretty proud of what is here at Venice High School.
When we stepped on that field, even in its first rendition, without the concession stand and all that stuff, I mean, it was a magnificent place. I mean, you got to remember, we're coming from Wellfield, and every team that came in there was just like, holy cow. I mean, who plays on a place like this? And we improved it year by year. The batting cages were built, the concession stands were built. The other thing that we have to remember is with Title IX, we actually did some funding for the girls softball field as well.
The Venice community came together to build a facility that everyone was proud of, and the 2001 team knew their role to play that season.
And this is where a coach needs to listen and be in tune to what his team's telling him. That was a team full of seniors that had a ton of experience, and they felt like they didn't need gimmicks. So they went without a slogan, and without a slogan was actually their slogan. You know, we don't need motivational speeches. We know what we have to do here. We've been close to the top, and we know how to achieve it. So again, we listened to them. We allowed them to have their own identity, and it resonated with them.
The stadium opens. The 2000 Indians beat the Sailors in the home opener in front of a standing room only crowd. The new confines made Venice proud and confident in this early season battle. Statement game for the Tribe. Displaying great skills in 3 straight close games, the Indians broke out to capture the second Dunedin Classic by pounding the state-ranked Falcons in the tourney finals. After clinching a district title, the Diamond Indians had to open the regional playoffs against a difficult Winter Park team which had defeated Venice twice during the regular season. In a classic pitcher's duel, the squad got revenge when it mattered most. In the state semifinal match, the Indians faced 2-time state champ Miami Hialeah. After the heart-wrenching 2-1 loss ended the Tribe's season and the ultimate goal was never reached, this squad made a community proud and continued a tradition of excellence on and off the field.
I can't think of a better word than the standard high school baseball program. If you wanted to model your high school program after one, it would be the Venice High School program, just based on, and I think the success speaks to that.